The coach will get started shortly. Once again, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. All right, and we'll get started with Ira Winderman. Go ahead, Ira.
Erik, the way it obviously changed there in the fourth quarter, was it something you felt you guys didn't do, something they did, and what do you take out of the way that the game closed? Thank you.
There's a couple second opportunity possessions that they had offensively, throughout, the course of the game. We just obviously we're not getting enough shots on goal. Wasn't your typical offensive ball and body movement that you're accustomed to seeing with us, and we needed a whole lot more singles and easy plays just to get everybody in rhythm and feeling a part of it offensively. And then defensively, like I said, those second opportunities, Fournier broke free a couple times, and they put us away from there.
This obviously was the first time you've been together in game conditions as a group, with Jimmy coming back. You told us throughout camp, Jimmy and Bam lead the way. They're your guys. Your thoughts on their two efforts and what they accomplished in the opener together. Thank you.
I mean, look, they're our leaders. They're both hitting the deck and hitting the floor for loose balls in game one, like they would in game 6, of the finals. And that's just, leading by example.
All right, up next we have Anthony Chang with the Miami Herald. Go ahead.
Hey, so obviously turnovers are costly, but to start the season with 22 turnovers, was it a combination of what Orlando was doing and just taking care of the ball?
For sure. You have to give Orlando credit. They're active, they are long and disruptive. They're top 5 in steals last year. They've been doing the same thing in the short preseason. So you have to be very precise. Your spacing has to be great, and you have to be willing to work the offense and sometimes make the easy play and get it to the second side and execute from there.
And then on the offensive end, you guys averaged 35, 36 threes a game last season. I think 23s tonight. Was it a result of the turnovers? Was it the way Orlando was defending you guys at the line?
I think there's a lot of different factors. One, empty possessions. 2, we didn't get the necessary ball movement. Working our offense to be able to get what we wanted. We were pretty much a first trigger team tonight, trying to get everything on that first action. And Orlando's too good of a defensive team to do that, consistently over the course of the game. And then, thirdly, they're a good defensive team. They.
All right, Ethan Skolnick here, back on 5 on the floor. Greg Savander, Alice to the Miami Heat. Lose their open.
All right, up next we have David Ramil with Locked On Heat. Go ahead, David.
Coach, how would you assess Tyler's start? It looked like he was having some trouble handling the ball and maybe was forcing some of the passes there. Did you notice anything particular, or would you just chalk it up to Orlando's defense?
Basically what I just commented, those 3 things.
Next we have Ira Winderman again. Go ahead.
All right, Erik again, Goran and how he came back, and he looked himself. It looked like he was ready to go. Can you also take us through your thoughts on the lineup of is this the way you feel more comfortable with him as a reserve during the regular season? And also, if you don't mind, your thoughts, please, on Mo Harkless opening at the 4. Thank you.
I thought Mo's defensive activity, during some of his minutes was really good. And I think it's a matter of getting him in better game condition and getting him in Miami Heat condition to be able to sustain that activity for longer periods of time. But there's definitely some things we can build on there. Goran looked great. He's had a couple practices, like that. And then I thought his minutes in the Toronto game were very good as well. I like this, bringing him off the bench. It's a great luxury to have an all-star and somebody that can run your offense, and you're able to, in theory, finish your quarters pretty strong, and we're able to protect each other from him getting too many minutes and getting too worn down as the season goes on.
All right, up next we have Tim Reynolds. Go ahead, Tim.
A little bit ago, I'm curious if that's been an issue when you guys are upstairs. When you guys are, I know you've been going hard in practice. How has the spacing looked there, or does that?
Yeah, what's disappointing about it, Tim, is 2 days ago we had a fantastic offensive practice. The ball was really popping. It was moving. It looked exactly opposite of what you saw tonight. Tonight, that wasn't winning offensive basketball, obviously with mistakes. And we just did not work, our triggers and our offense well enough, and sharing it and seeing what would happen if it got to the weak side. But we've had the overwhelming majority of our practices, the ball really moves. So, that was disappointing that it didn't carry over to the game tonight.
Thanks, Erik.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, we'll get started. Once again, if you have any questions, raise your hands, and we'll get started with Anthony Chang from the Miami Herald.
Hey, Jimmy. We just spoke with Spo, and he was saying that in most of the preseason practices, you guys have been moving the ball and really good offensively. Tonight, were you surprised that the offense wasn't as sharp as maybe you guys hoped it would be as far as the turnovers?
A little bit. I think we were just really, really excited to play against somebody else, and it counts. That's part of it. I don't think you can look too much into one game. We just know that we got to be better. We got to take care of the ball. We got to get back to sharing the ball the way that we're capable of. I would say tonight they beat us, but I'd like to think that we beat ourselves.
All right, up next we have Ira Winderman from the Sun Sentinel.
Having sat out the preseason, it's been a while since you were running with these other four guys in that lineup and getting out there. How did you feel being out there? It seemed early on you were really aggressive defensively, and then you got your offense going. Just how did it feel in your first competitive game that counted in 10 weeks? Thank you.
All right, bro. I feel good. I feel like I was just out there letting the game come to me. Playing on defense the way that I'm supposed to play, making shots that'll come for everybody on the team. I think if we continually let our defense dictate how we play on the offensive end, we're a much better team. So I think that's going to be a big part of my role, to make sure that we're locked in and communicating on defense. We got guys that can score. We need a couple individuals that's going to make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing on the defensive end.
All right, up next we bring back Anthony Chang. Go ahead, Anthony.
Jimmy, I know Tyler started a few games for you guys last season, but Mo Harkless, one of the new guys in the starting lineup tonight. What does he bring to that starting group?
Shot-making ability, the ability to switch. He's super smart, super long, super athletic, and we like what he brings to the table. We want him to get as comfortable as he can when he's out there on the floor, pick his spots, knowing that the ball's going to find him whenever he's open. I don't think that we did a great job of finding him enough tonight. We go back, we study this film, and we're going to make sure that that weapon is used in the right way.
All right, up next we have Ruthie Politsky. Go ahead, Ruthie.
Hey, Jimmy, I wanted to ask you about Precious. He was crediting, the vets and you guys for allow himself to feel so comfortable out there tonight. Just what did you see from him, and were you impressed with, he just seemed to kind of fit in out there?
I've been impressed with Pete from the jump, just because he works so hard. Whatever you ask him to do to the best of his ability, he's gonna do it. And he wants to win. Like, what else can you ask from a young fella? What else can you ask from a rookie? And I think that he's supposed to be comfortable. Like I say about everybody, you belong here. You belong with the Miami Heat. They drafted you for a reason, so get used to it. And I think he's going to be a huge help to us in what we're trying to do moving forward.
All right, now we'll bring back Ira Winderman. Go ahead.
Jimmy, obviously, it's a little different role for Tyler being a starter from the start of the regular season. Is this the kind of thing, and I know you see this a lot also with players, that players get adjusted to your game and you have to add something else your second game or as you go around the league another time? Is this all part of the process for Tyler? Sort of like opponents are on to him. Now show him what else you've got.
Nah, tell T to keep being who he is. Keep playing basketball the best way he knows how, because that's what we expect of him. Shoot the ball whenever you're open. Find a way to get somebody else a shot whenever you're not. He's going to be okay. He's studying the film. He's learning. You got to think the kid's still young. So he has a tremendous amount of growth ahead of him. But, man, is he going to be a hell of a player in this league, and definitely for the Miami Heat for a long time.
And then similarly, I know Duncan got off 6 threes, but some games he can get a lot more off also. Are teams keyed into what you are? They got to watch you for months on end in the bubble. I mean, is it a matter of changing some of the things you do, your triggers, or is it a matter of just doing them better? Thank you.
We still going to play the same way we play no matter how long somebody watches this. I don't think we found our shooters enough tonight. I don't think we shot the ball enough times tonight whenever we were open. A lot of overthinking, aggressiveness, a lot of too much unselfishness. That is a good and a bad thing. But, we got to find our shooters more. We got to find Duncan. Duncan need to be getting 10 to 12 up a game. Same thing with T, Goran, K9 if he gets in there, Mo. I got to be the one to make sure that my guys get the rock.
Next, we have Mateo Mayorga. Go ahead.
Hi, Jimmy. Tonight you took 5 free throw shots, and last season you averaged over 9 a game. Did Orlando do anything in particular to limit your effectiveness getting to the line?
Yeah, they stepped on my ankle. That's what they did. So I couldn't move the way that I wanted to. It's not an excuse, but I feel like I can get into the paint at will. I missed some shots. That's what it is. I'm not going to say that I did anything that they don't normally do that we didn't know was happening. But I'll be okay. Yeah, I didn't do nothing special.
Thank you, Jimmy.
All right, Jimmy, that's it. Thank you.
Hurry up, rich guy.
Sir.
All right, up next, we have Anthony Chang with the Miami Herald.
Hey, Precious, with that bench unit, you played a lot of minutes tonight, especially with Kelly Olynyk. What do you think works with that combination, and what have you noticed, from playing with him, and whether it's preseason or just practices?
Kelly's a great player. He's one of the guys that's always in my ears, just telling me what to do, what to adjust, while I'm out there. And a lot of the guys that I'm out there with, everyone, even including dudes on the bench, they're always talking to me. And I'm just really excited to be in this position. I could learn a lot from guys that really have a great knowledge of the game. And just keep doing what I got to do to help us win basketball games.
All right, up next we have Mateo Mayorga. Go ahead.
Hi, Precious. After tonight's game, what was team captain Udonis Haslam's advice to yourself or the rest of the guys in the locker room?
I mean, he's really big on the way we play. He's the first person in our ears every time. He always got says the right things to us. Just really effort. Just out there, we gotta bring it every day. And he's just saying control the controllables, and everything else is gonna fall in place.
Thank you.
All right, up next we have WSVN Channel 7 TV. Go ahead. Unmute your line, please.
Precious, you just had your first NBA game and your next one's going to be on Christmas. How excited are you to be the first Christmas Day game on Friday?
I'm really, really excited. Like I said, the position that I am today, just being able to, compete, on a team that we have really, really big aspirations, and also guys on the team that's going to help me understand the game better and teach me. I'm really excited for that, and also having the opportunity to play on Christmas Day. Something that I've always watched. Every Christmas, just watching those games, and now me being in that position is a blessing.
Did it change any of your plans for Christmas?
Excuse me?
Did it change any of your plans for Christmas?
No, it ain't changing in my plans. I mean, this is what I do. In the past, college basketball, I probably had a game that day after Christmas, or so I'm kind of used to pretty much the same schedule, just not playing. I mean, this is the biggest stage of basketball, like I said before. I've been watching Christmas games, and this is just a blessing for me to be on this platform playing.
Thank you.
All right, Precious, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir.
Ekipa skoraj v bablu, tako da to nas samo dodatno motivira, tako da tudi letos se ne oziramo, kaj zunanji svet govori v naši ekipi. Mi smo osredotočeni sami nase in upam in verjamem, da nam bo uspelo.
Up next, we have WSVN Channel 7. Go ahead.
Goran, how much does playing in the noon game on Christmas affect what you had planned for your family?
I mean, it affects a little bit, but it's always a privilege to play on Christmas Day. As a kid, I already did that once, if I'm not mistaken, and it's nice. I mean, of course, you want to spend the whole day with your family, but we are professionals here, and we need to work. So that's it.
Thank you.
All right, G, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.